take a seat. Whether jank or competitive, the vibe stays sweet. From the first spell slung to the last heartbeat. Attempt to cast where magic runs deep.
Over to Attempt to Cast, the home of the casties and the leading petition for Where is Captain Bosch in the new Final Fantasy set. I'm Zach, and with me, as always, is our token white guy, Matt.
Wait, what does that make you?
All right, and joining us, as always, does a better impression of me than I do. It's Mariah. Hello, everyone.
Good evening.
Welcome to the new episode. Good evening. All right, so we are a week away from Final Fantasy pre-release, which is exciting. That means we've been sitting on Tarkir for a while. A lot of new crazy things have happened with us. A lot has happened with us, actually. The casties are coming up. We're working on a new giveaway. A lot of new content stuff going on. Matt, what's going on with you?
In terms of Magic, I've been playing the crap out of Tarkir Draft. That's been so much fun. So much fun.
Wonderful. Yeah. And Mariah, you've been playing a lot more Magic lately. How have you been? Better. But yeah, you've been playing a lot more Magic, kicking a lot more ass, that's for sure. Stats don't lie. That's been happening. But yeah, so we've been sitting on Tarkir for about a month.
Yeah.
Not a month. 2 months? When did Tarkir come out?
No, not 2 months. That's
It didn't
too
come
long.
out. There was a big gap between Tarkir and Final Fantasy.
Was there? Okay.
It's a 3-month gap between all of them.
Actually,
April 10th.
So April. We've been sitting on Tarkir. You've been playing Draft Online. We bought some product. Built some decks around it. Matt, what are your initial thoughts on Tarkir?
I mean, it's been so much fun. Like, my Dragon got a ton of upgrades that I need to buy and get, so that's not fun. But it's like probably my favorite set so far of the year.
Of the year.
Yeah.
That's a bold move, Cotton.
No,
I favorite set all the time.
I don't even know if I have a favorite set of all time. But I have a most sentimental set. But no, it's just like, I don't know, there's just so much lore in that plane or whatever, that plane. So it's just awesome.
I learned a little bit about Sarkhan's lore. A little bit.
Really?
Some of the people on TikTok make lore videos, and I learned Sarkhan, his tribe or his family was killed or something, and that awakened his spark, and he started traveling, and he's like a freedom fighter or something. I don't know. I'm probably botching that, but I remember it being really cool.
Yeah.
Mariah, how was Tarkir for you, Mother of Dragons?
Dragon did get a lot of upgrades I already bought. No, I actually really liked Tarkir. It was fun to open. The art was fun.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's what I like opening is cool art.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, your Dragon deck got a lot of upgrades, like a lot of Dragon decks did.
Yeah.
For me, I bought the Rennie or the Teamer Roar Precon, and I modified the crap out of it to make it ETB, still Dragon Tribal, but ETB based. Toss Miram and Conjurer's Closet and Virtue of Knowledge and Panharmonicon, and just made it really ETB heavy. Try to get all the ETB dragons in there and the Teamer color scheme, and it's really fun. Like, the deck itself is just a ton of fun. Everyone that I've talked to that played the Teamer Roar Precon just said it was just so much fun to play, and they love it. And so I know Miram is technically the better commander, more competitive commander, but Rennie's so much fun. Rennie feels like Geshath in dragon form to me. A little bit.
Okay, I see what you mean.
And then with the effect to look at the top X cards of your library and then put one on the battlefield.
Right.
But with Geshath, it's like all dinosaurs. But yeah, and then other than that, I built a Mardu mobilized deck. And,
cool.
And you mentioned that this was your favorite deck, your favorite set of the year. it feels a lot like OTJ to me.
Really?
Not in terms of like what each card does, but in terms of like it being a fun set that was good, but it also did a better job than the other sets this year of like putting in cool mechanics, right? Like Mobilize was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Like I loved Mobilize, and then I built Zergo Thunder's Decree, which is not the pre-con Zergo, it's the other one in the set, and that's a lot of fun. That deck's just a ton of fun to play.
Is that the guy who makes it so you don't have to sacrifice your tokens?
Exactly.
Like, I've lost to that fucking card a lot.
It's a fun deck to play. But yeah, anybody got a favorite card or combo from Tarkir from this so far? Mariah, you going?
Dracogenesis.
Dracogenesis.
That one's, yeah.
Is that in your Ur Dragon?
Oh, yeah. I played it the other day, and
no.
it just fucking crushed.
Yeah.
It was actually quite fun. It's one of those ones where you're like, no, I should actually keep this in here.
Yeah.
But it sure was fun to use that one time.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's crazy.
Matt?
Favorite card from the set?
Yeah. Or a couple if you can't choose.
Ureni, The Song Unending.
Oh, that one, yeah.
So I opened
the
that?
one.
So I did a draft where my first pack I opened Craterhoof Behemoth. Second pack I opened Ureni, The Song Unending, which do we know what that is?
Off the top of my head, it's in my Rennie deck.
Okay, so
Sure it is.
it's 8 mana, 5, and then a teamer set. Flying, protection from white and black. When it enters, it deals X damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures and or planeswalkers and opponents controls, where X is the number of lands you control.
Nice.
So it's like a board wipe on a stick, and then it's also a 10/10 with protection from fucking everything that it isn't, right?
Yeah.
So that was like a super fun bomb to open. It's like the second most winningest card in this deck.
Winningest?
Yeah, I get winningest. But no, that was fun. And then I guess from a drafting, because that's really the only context I have for the set. Mardu Devotee. It's just a 1-drop 1/2 that scries 2, and then it can filter your land for the Mardu colors. Yeah, that was just in the Mardu deck, because really what happened is like after 3 or 4 days, the format boiled down to like red, white, splashing black, and then 5 color decks,
Right.
and that was it. And like because there was a big tournament that happened in Colorado, where basically a couple of legends from the game were ahead of the curve and found out that it was a 2-deck format, and once that got out to the public, you could not just draft like a Jeskai deck unless you opened what's that? Jeskai Revelation? Jeskai Revelation. It's like the most winning card in the set. But yeah, like you couldn't just draft Teamer, because the fixing was just so plentiful that you could just go into 5 colors easily. But yeah, Zergo I opened up that guy once. That was fun too.
Yeah, Zergo Thunder's Decree has been a lot of fun. The sieges were really cool. So like Frost Cliff Siege, and what is the Boros one? I don't know. It's the Mardu one technically, but it's only 2 colors. So it's the one that it has the Ishin effect where you can double attack triggers. That one was a lot of fun. But Mobilize of Mardu was fun, and I loved the Zergo Thunder's Decree, and I loved Ureni the Unwritten. Those were some of my favorites from the set. There's a couple good other Mobilize heavy cards. There's another Mardu card from the set. I can't remember what it's called, but it gives all attacking creatures or all attacking tokens Death Touch.
That's a creature. He's the uncommon
Yes.
Mardu guy.
Yes. He's nutty. He's in.
Oh wait, no, it's not that guy, is it?
No, the reigning victor, Mobilize 1. When this creature enters, target creature gets +1/+1 against indestructible.
Okay, maybe I'm.
But you are right. He's a Mardu. He is an uncommon. or they, I'm not sure, but it gives all attacking tokens death touch.
Right.
It's in the Memo Luz deck where I don't have to sacrifice my.
Yeah.
It's
So you have
crazy, just crazy.
a bunch of 2/1, like not indestructible, but death touch.
Yeah, and then you have like Intangible Virtue, and I just did really token spawn heavy, which is kind of batty in Mardu to think about.
Yeah.
But
And now with the new Elspeth, like,
I don't have Elspeth, but I do have Osier Talk, I do have Mondrak, I do have Anointed Procession in there. And
Was it Bone Cairn Butcher?
Yes.
Bone
Yes, Bone Cairn Butcher. Nice. Good pull.
Windcrag Siege also.
Windcrag Siege is also a fantastic one. Frostcliff Siege
That's
is the red-white.
yeah.
Yeah.
With the Mardu and
yeah.
the Jeskai, yeah.
That one is sweet. But those are some of my favorites. We got a lot of cool Mox Jaspers in the set, actually, so that was kind of fun. But yeah, so Final Fantasy the 6th, that is next Friday. I took the day off. I am super hyped about it. For so many reasons. I've been playing Final Fantasy since I was a child. I mean,
Baby boy.
yeah, little baby boy, little baby bitch boy. Incredibly excited. I've been ever since I heard that Final Fantasy was going to be a set, I was bricked up. All these spoilers have been crazy and just made me even more excited for the set. The bonus sheet looks incredible. Alternate arts look incredible. The abilities look incredible. The artifacts, the lands are awesome. I could gush about this for an entire episode, but let's start. Matthew, what are you excited about from the Final Fantasy?
Okay. Yeah, again, like, I mean, I could echo a lot of what you said. I mean, just playing Final Fantasy VII was the first game I think I beat ever. Maybe Ocarina of Time was ahead of that. So, yeah, I mean, just super pumped. And
Two
it's
games
just
that
so
get echoed in the same category a lot. Those two.
right.
They also came out, I think, fairly close, within like years of each other.
Yeah, a little bit. Final Fantasy VII released on my birthday.
Oh,
I do believe.
wow, that's cool.
What year? I think 97. I think.
So you were like 8.
But yeah, Final Fantasy VII and I share a birthday.
That's cool.
Not that that fucking means anything, but it's always cool to say. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so one thing I haven't seen is like probably my favorite character, Steiner, hasn't been announced.
Oh.
And like, there's this interaction that I love where in like the first time he meets Vivi in Final Fantasy IX, he just like recognizes how powerful Vivi is and was like starts addressing him differently. Or I don't know if Vivi's a boy or girl, but like just starts
Difference.
Yeah, just immediately recognizes how powerful Vivi is, and then just starts like referring to them as like sir or something equivalent to. Yeah, I'm just bummed. I'll be really bummed because he would be like the knight commander.
Right.
You could. It should be as easy shoo-in, but we'll see if it happens.
I've seen Excalibur 2
Really?
from the set. Yeah, it was spoiled recently, so I'm surprised that it's got Steiner wielding it. So I'm not sure.
Maybe he's in the, or maybe that is his debut.
Yeah, I'm not sure. They just keep pouring out and whatnot. But speaking of which, let's talk about some specific cards you're excited for.
Oh yeah, that is.
Mariah, how about you? What are some specific Final Fantasy cards you're excited about?
I'm excited about the giant cactuar. I want to put him in my green deck and like just play it out just one time and then just take him back out. Because like it's not like it feels like an unusable card at some point, you know.
Get
Grody.
like no one's gonna let you attack them with it. Like
I mean, if they don't have choice, like how are they going to stop you?
Or yeah, if you can find a way to cheat it into play with haste or something.
Or even just like, because I have a dude that doesn't play like can't play spells on my turn. So like
Yeah. Kutsil, Grand Abolisher.
Abolisher,
That card is actually seeing some like some competitive play.
Grand Abolisher.
No, not Grand Abolisher is a staple, but that Kutsil guy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, because he's just good. You throw him in with Ocelot Pride, and
Have you seen Overkill?
I have.
It does like the opposite of Cactar.
Yeah, when it gives
Yeah.
negative
Yeah.
0, negative 999.
Yeah. And there's this guy on YouTube. I don't remember his name. Keeping It Casual, where he breaks down like complicated rules and stuff, and he talks about how most of the time when you go into the negative space in terms of like stats of a card, it just defaults to 0. But there's like a certain, if you play that card and then play another card that makes a player lose life equal to like a creature's toughness, it will actually check, instead of just defaulting to 0, it'll check that creature's toughness in the negative space. And so that person would lose like 9,995 life or whatever it was. And I was just like, wow, that seems like a weird way to eliminate one player, but like, I mean, it'd be cool.
That is nuts. Any other Mariah from you? Cactuar.
Yuna.
Yeah, the Bant Yuna.
Is that the one that
Nuts.
is the enchantment creatures one? She like,
It's a 1/1 based.
oh, okay, so it's a different unit. Okay.
I know that someone brought it up in our Discord, but all of the love interests from all the Final Fantasy they all have a Selesnya print.
Really?
Yeah, Yuna has a Selesnya, Riona has a Selesnya, Tifa has a Selesnya. Like,
Interesting. Have they announced Yuffie?
they have a Yuriko reprint.
Oh.
Yuffie.
Sure.
Who did you wanted?
Steiner. Yeah, but maybe that's him. Like maybe that's the only art he's gonna get is that
Yeah.
Excalibur. It's cool. Is that his ultimate weapon?
What's that?
Excalibur?
I don't know.
It looks like.
I didn't play 9, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for that. I know a lot about it. A lot of people give me hate for it. So there is the 5-drop Selesnya Yuna Hope of Spira. During your turn, you and enchantment creatures you control have Trample, Lifelink, and Ward 2.
That's true.
At the beginning of your end step, return up to 1 target enchantment from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. The one that Mariah's excited about is from the Titus Precon, Yuna Grand Summoner. I think it's going to be the alternate commander. She has a 4-drop, 1 and Bant, 1/5. Grand Summon. Tap to add 1 mana of any color. When you cast the next creature spell this turn, that creature enters with 2 additional 1/1 counters on it. Whenever another permanent you control is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, if it had 1 or more counters on it, you may put the number of 1 counters on it on a target creature.
That's so many words. What does it do?
You know what the Ozolith is?
Yeah.
It's like the Ozolith, but instead of putting it on the Ozolith, you get to put it directly onto another creature.
Okay.
And then she's a mana dork that puts 1/1 counters on the next spell you cast.
Whoa. That's crazy.
So, and then adding blue to a 1/1 counter deck, like Mariah's nasty Selesnya, a 1/1 counter deck, putting blue in that is just, it's gross sounding.
Mean.
But yeah, so Yuna Grand Summoner sounds dope. How about you, Matt? What are some cards you're excited for?
The enchantment sagas.
Oh,
the
the
summons that are
yeah.
enchantment creatures. Because like, I thought that they wouldn't get sacrificed, but they do. Yeah, at the end, when you put the last lore counter on them, they go away.
Do they?
Yeah,
The ability
like a
does-
summon, it shows up, tells a story, does some actions, and then leaves the battlefield. So it's like a flavor win that way too, but it's also like the
Oh
one.
no, people are gonna build Radic, or they're gonna build fucking Tom Bombadil decks, and they're
Right.
gonna manipulate the fuck out of those
Yeah,
counters.
yeah, for sure.
I want to build one.
But like, yeah, that mechanic's like super cool.
Adelbert Steiner. Lifelink.
Yeah.
Adelbert Steiner gets a +1/+1 for each equipment you control.
Oh, what color?
White.
White. Okay.
He's a 2-cost.
It's so cool. I
Hell yeah.
just missed it.
Mariah's out here fucking schooling us right now.
But yeah, I mean, that mechanic looks really cool, and it's just like getting to see one of the most beloved franchises of all times in like my favorite game. It's so hard to pick. Like I've intentionally like not really kept track of spoilers because I kind of want to see them, but I'm gonna have to, especially if we're doing the pre-release. But yeah, no, like Knights of the Round, like that make 12 knights over 3 turns. Even like that is so crazy.
That's crazy.
Bahamut.
Dude, that
like
was crazy too.
Yeah, and like the modal spells that I've seen, like one is Fire Magic, Fira Magic, and then Firaga, whatever. Like it's just, oh man, so cool.
They're dope. Very cool.
Yeah. What about yourself?
So Sephiroth is gonna be. I have a community built deck kind of going on where a lot of people have helped me trade for the cards I need to just make the nastiest possible aristocrats deck I could. And then I saw, after I was already planning this and building it and trading for it, they spoiled Masamune.
Yeah.
God, that card is sick. It's just so good. And then with Sephiroth, it just pairs with him perfectly. And that's a flavor win because he's the only one that can wield it, right? So that's a flavor win. But, I mean, obviously other people can be equipped to it, but the fact that it pairs with him perfectly is fantastic. The crystals, that whole run of crystals, you found out something.
Yeah, I might make a Chocobo Moogle deck.
Dude, dude.
It's gonna be so fucking cute.
Have you seen the Chocomog summon?
That's what I was just looking at it. I found some of the cute Moogles.
The fat chocobo. I saw that
Yeah.
one car.
Oh, dude, fat chocobo. I hope they do like a fucking Squishmallow fat chocobo. It'd be so sick, dude. Be so sick.
Or a Squishmallow Moogle.
Yeah, Moogles are adorable. Koopo. Yeah, the crystals. I don't know if you've seen all the crystals.
I have, but I don't remember them all.
The crystals, I think, are going to be staple cards in a lot of decks. If like, God, they're just so good. So they're all 3 or 4 drop. I think they're 4 drop, but they're all 3 or 4 drop artifacts that make spells of that color cost 1 less.
Yeah.
They have a passive ability that's really good and like one of the core mechanics of that color. And then they have a paid ability, and I think they're all 5 costs and a tap. So it's like an expensive, but they do something just crazy. Like the blue one is like some kind of crazy half your deck mill or something, or mill equal to the number of cards in your hand or something crazy. But like they're all just like the green one is going to go in every 1/1 counter deck that exists. Like they are just like souped up medallions or souped up monuments. They're just so
Power
Water
crept.
crystal. Oh, wait. Wind crystal. White spell cast costs 1 less to cast. If you would gain life, you gain twice that much life instead. Tap 6. Any creatures you control gain flying and lifelink until the end of turn. Blue one is 1 less to cast. If an opponent would mill 1 or more cards, they mill that many cards plus 4 instead. And then each opponent milled cards equal to the number of cards in your hand. The fire crystal is creatures you control have haste. That's a fucking cool one.
It's a good one.
Wow.
And then
And it makes red cost 1 less.
And create a token that's a copy of target creature control. Sacrifice it at the beginning of next end step.
And it gains haste, yeah.
Wow. By default from the thing, yeah.
If you have 1 or more 1/1 counters. If 1 or more 1/1 counters would be put on a creature, you control twice that many counters would be put on that creature instead.
That's the green one, yeah.
Distribute 2 +1/+1 counters among 1 or 2 target creatures you control.
Jeez. What's the black one do?
So black spells cost 1 less to cast. If a non-token creature an opponent would control would die, exile instead. You gain 2 life. And then for 6 and tap, put a target creature card exiled with the darkness crystal onto the battlefield under your control with 2 additional 1/1.
Yeah.
Thieving.
That seems good. That black one.
I like
Going straight to Brent.
people's stuff.
Yeah. You know who doesn't like it? The people you stole it from.
I was playing Arena and I stole. Was it? I don't even remember. I stole this dude. Stole something from him. And oh my gosh, I destroyed him with his own fucking creature. It was like this big ass creature too.
Really?
I don't remember what it was, but
You were telling me this, and you stole. You stole 2 of them, didn't you? Like you destroyed one.
that's I stole his bloodthirsty conqueror.
That's what it was.
Oh, no way.
I stole 2 of them, and then I had one, and he destroyed mine, but I still had his 2 to cast.
Jeez.
That heist mechanic is busted. in
Yeah.
Arena.
Yeah.
It's fun. I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard not to be. I mean, something
Even
that's...
if you're not a Final Fantasy fan, like there's just really good cards in that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is like a paradigm shift for sure.
My Sid deck. I want to make a Sid deck.
I don't know if you've seen the Azoria Sids.
There's 16 of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're all the same card. And you can have as many of them as you want
Yeah.
in the deck. And then there is a couple other, like I think there's Highwind has his own card. He's in the Cloud Precon, I'm pretty sure. Things like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it looks really good.
Yeah, I don't want to not talk about Squall. So Squall.
Didn't he get kind of neutered?
No, his sword got neutered to hell, so the Lionheart got
Right.
neutered to hell, which is a damn shame.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I...
But Squall Seed Mercenary is an Orzhov card that gives any creature attacking alone double strike. So that is Rafik to the core, and Rafik was my first commander, so that means a lot to me. And then whenever he attacks, you can return a target enchantment from your graveyard to the battlefield with mana value 3 or less. So I'm gonna build Squall Exalted Aura heavy, because all of the good auras are like 3 drops anyway.
Yeah.
And so if they ever get removed, I can just bring them back with Squall. And
Sorry, I'm just reading it.
yeah, no, it's
From your graveyard to the... So you want to, like, discard away. You want... Yeah, okay.
not just discard, but if you do discard or if they get removed, you're just bringing it back, and they come into the battlefield attached, because that's what an aura does,
Yeah.
right? So I'm really freaking excited about it.
Did you see the Blitzball artifact?
No.
Yeah.
1 mana of any
You're gonna
color.
love this one.
When you sacrifice it, that artifact and draw 2 cards. Activate only if an opponent was dealt combat damage by a legendary creature this turn.
Go! That's so cool. Oh, Waka. What's he doing?
Barrett.
There's a couple Barretts. Yeah. They're good. They say we could be here all night.
Yeah,
talking about
I
this.
know.
It's so good.
Waka.
And I'm not upset about it. Like, I fucking love it.
Reach, trample, combat damage to a player.
There's just a lot of the art on it.
Yeah, have you been looking at the alt arts too?
I love the alt arts.
I just fucking love
Holy
it.
cow, Waka.
Which one though? The Simic one or
Oh, I only know about the Simic one, I guess. I just typed in Waka and this one took me only to this one. Sorry.
what'd he do? That's the Celestia one.
Okay, yeah, 4/4, reach trample. When he deals combat damage to a player, destroy up to 1 target artifact that player controls and put a +1/+1 counter on Waka. Blitzball Captain. At the beginning of your end step, if a counter was put on Waka this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on each other creature you control. But it just says counter. It doesn't say +1/+1.
Yeah.
So you could, like, if you have a way to move counters around or whatever.
River, yeah, with this Goldberry River Daughter
Right.
or whatever. Yeah, that's so good.
Yeah.
Speaking of Rafik, my Rafik deck's name is Exalt Me Maybe. And so I did an in response segment on TikTok and YouTube, and I asked the people what the funniest, punniest, or wittiest deck names they have or have heard. And we got some really fun responses. I got 125 comments on TikTok and a handful on YouTube as well. Anything from like new Baitor decks being Master Baitor. I've got a Ulamog the Defiler, Defile Me Daddy.
God.
The Honk Bonk was a good one from the Goose Mother was a Honk Bonk.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. One of them is the Mono Black Vanilla Crocodile from
Oh, yeah.
Aether Drift Calaxion. My big black croc.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness. A mana burn deck called We Didn't Start the Fire. Soldier decks are Soldier Boys.
Yeah, okay.
This guy, it was me. They were talking about their Hawkball deck, and I commented, I was like, me and this guy had the same deck name. We called it Hawk and Balls. And I was like, wait, that's my comment. Oh my gosh. Oh, Jesus Christ. Not safe for work one. They got the new Kalia smut thing, and they called it Dragon Fucker.
Did you see how much that card goes for?
No, how much?
$90.
Damn. We got in on that one.
Yeah.
Someone's got a Hilda deck. I'd tap that is what they named it.
Oh, of course.
Oh, some of these are really good. Lord Windgrace lands shenanigans called Wakanda Compost.
Oh man.
We all play a decent amount of Magic, or we have in the past played a lot of Magic. We built a lot of decks. Between the three of us, we've built so many decks, I'm sure, on Arena, in real life, whatever. Color combinations is something we've talked about a lot. Our favorites we've gone through. Let's talk about the two color combos that we don't use, either intentionally or just have never gotten around to it, and why. I'll start.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have never built an Azorius deck. I would have said, I thought about is it, but then I realized my Pauper Commander is an Is It deck. I've never built Azorius, and it was never intentionally that I didn't build one, but I realized recently that I do not like playing white-blue, or playing against white-blue. Sorry. I saw you over there, I was like, oh shit. I have nothing against it, and I'm trying to build one deck of every color to have at least tried, right?
Yeah.
So Azorius is one that I don't have. I do not currently, and I don't think I've ever actually had a Rakdos deck except for in draft. I've never had a Rakdos commander deck, and so I'm going to build Tevesh and Kedis, which is like commander thieving, which is gross. But yeah, I think Azorius for me is my least favorite two-color, or just one that I never really got around to playing. It's one of my least favorite to play against, that, and playing against, I'm also not a big fan of playing against Simic. Simic can just get so gross so fast.
The value engines.
So those are the two that I dislike playing against, and then like I've never really built Azorius super hard. I mean, obviously there's been Azorius cards in Jeskai decks and whatever else.
Wasn't Arna Kennerud Azorius?
Esper.
Oh, the black. Okay.
Yeah, and I just tore her apart, which is sad because I loved that deck.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy.
Back when I was drafting Murders at Karlov Manor.
Man with no class, I see.
I opened up this guy once, and this is like a pretty unique Azorius commander that you might, I don't know.
Ezrim Agency Chief.
Yeah. It's not,
It is a 5-drop, 1, 2 white, 2 blue, 5/5. Archon Detective. It looks like, who's the dude from The Watchmen?
I don't remember.
Rorschach. Looks like Rorschach's riding a griffin. When Ezram Agency Chief enters the battlefield, investigate twice. Sacrifice an artifact, Ezram gains your choice of vigilance life. That does sound like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's not like your standard Azorius, like fucking
Control.
Yeah,
yeah. Like a hardcore lockdown.
Yeah, yeah.
That is a lot of fun. That does sound like a lot of fun. That's actually a good call out, man. Mariah, do you have a 2-color combo that you dislike more than others?
So like, like I really don't like playing against blue cards. Just too controlly.
Yeah.
I literally played against you today. Every time I put something out, it was countered.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't want to sit here and wait for you to use your mana.
Mm-hmm. You just have to continue. You have to just play out spells so that they burn their counters.
Yeah, I hate those spite decks, and because there's just people in Arena, like probably the guy you were playing today. That's what his deck does. It's just to piss you off.
Yeah.
They think it's funny. But no, there's not one like you've avoided building or like just never thought about building.
I thought about building a ton of decks, but like, just like anything with blue in it, the blue fucking just confuses me too. Like it's just always too wordy.
They can be.
I don't know. Keep thinking about black.
Dimir is such a good color,
Oh.
and it's so much fun.
That's what I would do. And I keep looking at all these Final Fantasy cards, and I keep thinking, this might be the one that I do.
Oh, nice.
That or Avatar.
Dude, bloodbending.
Makes sense.
It's gonna be, but bloodbending's gonna be Dimir. It's gotta be, right?
Yeah.
That is a good call out, though. Matt, how about you? What is your least
Celeste,
favorite?
yeah. It's just because white and green are the best colors in Commander for sure. So like they're the most
For sure?
They're
That-
the most complete colors.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
they do.
This has been a big debate on TikTok right now. I want you to like fuck the whole script right now.
Don't at me.
Talk about white and green being the most complete colors of Commander.
I mean they just do like they have some of the best creatures. Like the white has the best removal. Individually,
Exile.
right? Yeah, individually and board wipe. Yeah, I mean the best. So for every, like let's say for every black removal spell, white has one that does the same thing, right? Probably better. For every, white keeps getting catch-up ramp that is like on par with every other color except for green. They got a bunch of card draw with like Trouble in Pairs,
Reprieve.
right. Yeah, green, arguably the best creatures, you know.
Definitely the best ramp.
Yeah, certainly. Card draw is insane with all the options that it has, with all the like the Garruk's Uprising style of card draw, Beast Whisperer. Whenever a creature comes into the battlefield, you draw a card. You're in green. You're gonna shit out tokens if you want,
And
or
then
whatever.
green, you're doubling.
Yeah.
You get doubling. So
Yeah.
No, I absolutely agree with that.
Yeah.
I do.
Anyone who thinks like, what's the argument? Like,
Blue, black.
Yeah, but you don't get the same life gain and
yeah. I mean, black does have decent life gain, but
So
not.
I posted, and I posted this in somebody asked the question, the T-Beard. Shout out to T-Beard. He asked the question, what is the order of the best colors in Commander?
Okay.
And so I put, even in mine, I was like, these aren't the thing. This is like the Tom Brady argument is what I said, where I was gonna say, I'm just done fighting it. So I'm just gonna say, all right, you can have blue at number 1, regardless if I agree with that or not. People are gonna argue that blue's number 1. So I'm just gonna say blue's number 1. Then I was like, then it's green, and then it's black, and then it's white, and then it's red. And then everybody came after me, and everyone's like, green's not better than black. And I was like, you're fucking high. Like,
Crazy.
I was like, so if you think about here's the way that my brain thinks about this. If you took a monocolored deck, anything but green, right? A mono black, a mono green, a mono white, a mono red, right? Any one of those colors. And you could only put one other mono color in it, right?
Okay.
There is one color that you can put in it that'll make whatever you're trying to do better and just immediately, and that's green. Green will give you the ramp to get wherever you need to go.
Yeah.
It'll give you the card draw to get where you go, and it has protection like white does.
Yeah.
Not as good, but some, right? Heroic intervention, all that stuff.
Yeah.
All like
snakeskin veil for
Yeah.
like single target.
yeah, so just like protection and ramp and card draw alone. Put it above, like black does have some great kill spells, and the ability to use life as a resource is
Yeah.
very good.
But it doesn't have enough protection.
I agree, but it also you can, that is fun and great and flavorful to do for black, but you can do all of those things without paying for life for them also in other colors.
Yeah.
And so, but people came for me, they were like, green's not above black, and I would argue that black's number one, and I was just like, you guys are like, I agree black is a great color in Magic, but it is not.
I would probably put green or white.
Yeah, my heart told me to put white higher, and I was just like, I'm gonna get throated for not putting blue at 1.
See, I think blue's creatures are so, like, not fragile, but like,
They're sparse almost.
yeah, the roster isn't as deep. You know, like you have like S tier creatures in blue, and they're like, that pool is like 1/5 of like S tier creatures in every other color except for
blue.
yeah. I mean, red's probably a little shallow too in terms of good creature quality depth, but and we're talking about casual commander. We're not talking about CEDH, right?
The question didn't specify. I just said in general, what's the best? And he didn't even say commander. He just said what's the best color in Magic.
Oh, in Magic. Okay. Yeah.
But it's a loaded question too,
It is.
because certain people play better with certain colors.
Right.
Because
You understand it better. Yeah. Like, I am terrible. I do my best not to draft blue decks
Yeah.
because I'm just bad at drafting.
I'm bad at blue.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, and I think that there's the difference in opinion of like, we talk about the life as a resource thing like that. Some people think that is more, useful than other people do,
Yeah.
right? And it is useful in certain decks in certain instances when
Right.
you can't pay for something or you can have the option to pay for it.
Right.
They've also given you that option in every color now
They do.
with certain cards.
Really?
In Phyrexia.
The Defilers.
Oh.
All of the Defilers allow you to pay life instead of colored mana.
Right.
And so,
But it's also different. Like, is it reanimate that 1 mana you bring a card back from your graveyard?
that card is
Pay life.
fantastic. Dude, Entomb and Reanimate is an incredible combo. All of the tutors
Right.
and black. So black is number 3 on my list for sure. I'm not hating on black. Black is the 3rd best color on my list
Yeah.
of Magic, right?
Right.
On my list. It's so entrenched at number 3 that I put it over white in my list just because I knew people would come for me with the white hate.
Yeah.
That sounds bad. But I love white. I love white's creatures. I love white's protection. I love its abilities. It does token doubling
Yeah. Yeah.
that only green does otherwise.
Right.
It does. You know, the life gain is insane. It's
Yeah.
top notch, better than any other color. You're right. It
Removal and protection.
removal and protection.
1/1 counter.
Card draw is probably 3rd on the list of card draw. Blue being 1, green
Right.
being 2, white being 3.
Yeah.
Card draw options. So if you look at it statistically, like it's 1 or 2. It's 1 in protection, 1 in life gain, probably 2 or 3 in creature
Yeah. Yeah.
rankings. You know, 1, like you said, in removal, it's, in your opinion, it's 1. It's 1 or 2 in removal.
Yeah.
It's, you know, 2 in token abilities. You know, it's 3 or 3rd in card draw in my brain.
Right. And just like white's the only color that can remove every permanent type easily.
Yeah.
Every other color struggles.
Just destroy.
Yeah.
I mean, black has some exile, but not nearly as much.
No, I don't mean exile or destroy. I mean permanent types.
Oh, you mean so like artifact removal?
Yes,
Yeah.
like green is really good
Targeted.
with artifacts and enchantments and like creatures with flying. Yeah, but like black is good with creatures, but just until recently it did get some enchantment stuff, but like it
To
couldn't.
feed the swarm, like
Right. That.
you pay life.
Yeah. Right. And red is good with like creature and I think some artifact stuff.
Random question, off topic segment or on topic segment technically. This whole thing is off track point. This is great. This is great content. What would you say like the second? Because if we just like and unanimously state that black has the best tutors, what has the second best tutors in color?
Green. You got Sylvan Tutor. You have
Worldly.
Huh?
Worldly.
Yeah.
Worldly Tutor. You have Bushwhack.
Yeah, you've got Tooth and Nail. You've
Yeah.
got Defense of the Heart, which is my favorite tutor, to be honest.
Yeah, that one sucks to play again.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean probably. And okay, so like, what do we consider a tutor? It's
Something
like
that lets you go get something specifically out of your deck and either put it in your hand or on
lands.
Huh?
Lands then.
Oh yeah, so great. Yeah, so that's green. So then it's green. Okay.
People a lot of times forget that like
Land
I consider
tutoring.
that tutoring also. Like
Yeah, I do too.
it's
Yeah,
just
so-
because it's not exciting, you know.
Yeah.
Like
No, yeah, that's a solid.
that's
point.
probably the best tutor
Yeah.
color.
If you loop lands into
Right.
tutoring,
I think
some nerd's gonna get a nerd like we're not. Some
Right.
nerd's gonna get on here and he's gonna be like, "That's not tutoring."
yeah, it's just because demonic tutor. It's
And those
the
are
archetype is named after.
fantastic,
But
right?
if you're looking for a specific card, that's tutoring.
Yeah. And I mean, someone made the point where like some lands are more powerful than most spells in Magic now. Like Gaia's Cradle, you know. Like,
That oh my god, I freaking hate Gaia's Cradle. Like I need to put it in a green deck, but like
yeah.
I literally hate that card.
Yeah.
That would be a crazy card to own in real life, dude.
Yeah.
I have one. I have a tournament one, not a like black border. It's gold border. That's cool. I got it at that Laughing Dragon thing last year. It was $100.
Damn.
It's between heavily played and damaged, but it's real.
Guy's Cradle.
Real.
That's so good. Yeah, no, that's a good call, babe. Green is a good call for tutoring.
To say that green would be number one just because of how
I'll I'll accept green as
I
one.
mean,
after
yeah,
this conversation.
they're
Yeah.
it's just versatile, and
Yeah.
they try to make them even, but
Right.
like
Black is also really good, but yeah, I think green.
Yeah.
Especially with the land conversation, green might take it.
yeah.
And then again, back to my point. Then it's white, right? Like
Yeah.
it's you interchange black or green however you please.
Right.
White's the third, because
Yeah.
then you have all of the artifact and enchantment tutors you could ever fucking dream of.
Mm-hmm.
so much lifelink.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. I certainly, for me, it's like starting from, it's red needs some fucking help.
Yes.
And then
help
probably
me.
black. Wait, what did I miss? White. Blue. So it's black and blue, I think, are,
Interchangeable.
yeah. And then white and green. It's like a 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5.
Yeah, red is last, unfortunately, because I love
Yeah.
me some red. Don't get me wrong.
Red is a color that you just have to pair with something.
Yes.
Period.
Because it's
a
like,
mono red deck is just kind of
That's a great point to my point about green, though. You
Yeah.
look at a red deck and you're like, you look at a Gruul deck and you're like, this could be good. You know, like,
yeah, it's true. It's true. And like, so, and someone made the point, I can't remember who it was on YouTube, but it's like, there's the color pie, right? Where like, they've started breaking that down a little bit. They pointed to black getting some removal for enchantments recently, but like, red is really the only color that they haven't fucking done that color pie break forward into the other, like the other colors for it. So, and they're,
yeah. Maybe that's
Yeah.
what Avatar will be though. That's a
I mean,
fire name.
oof.
Yeah.
Iroh's gonna be
dude.
just marching
Oh,
red
yeah.
into a new.
Yeah.
I want Pyro.
But I think Iroh, they can make a white Iroh.
No, they could. I think they're.
Sure.
So we
I think
talked
they're
about.
gonna do both.
Yeah, we talked about.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. They wouldn't. Red Iroh will be red.
Because I mean, the later books of that series are all about style bending, right? They were talking
Yeah.
about, Toph learns metal bending, Katara learns blood bending, a anglered spirit bending, you
Yeah.
know, like they learn
Right.
lightning bending, like they
Yeah.
style bend, and like Iroh's the father of style bending in that show, where
Yeah.
he's like, I learned from all the things, so he's gonna have a fucking right
I wonder what they're gonna do with like that.
fucking Zhong baby.
Yeah. Make
They're
an
gonna have-
artifact.
Dude, they're gonna
White Lotus
oh,
style.
dude, yeah, and they're gonna have an equipment, like they're gonna have an Osaka equipment deck. They're
Dude.
gonna have, dude, it's gonna be,
Kyoshi equipment.
dude, oh,
Yeah, the
Kyoshi.
fans.
That,
yeah.
dude, that's gonna be a pre-con. Calling it now. It's gonna
The
be
Kyoshi warrior.
Kyoshi or Sokka led equipment
Dude.
based.
Yeah.
Sokka needs a different. Like, if they make a Kyoshi deck, that'd be so cool.
Yeah, I think Sokka would be. He's a.
Cabbage vendor, food based deck.
He's definitely.
Green.
He's like a technologist.
Gnarly. Yeah, he could be Azorius.
Yeah, I don't know what
He's
color.
from the water tribe, and then
Yeah.
he's like white and red are probably the best equipment colors.
Yeah,
White
Oh,
more
for
so
sure.
than red.
for sure.
But so he could be Jeskai, arguably.
Yeah,
Just
that's
like
kind of
it.
a monk with like Narset being like a monk style.
Yeah,
Yeah.
arguably, and then artifact synergy lives in blue. So
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, so official announcement: we are going to do a 2-color deck building challenge where each of us builds a deck around the 2 colors we don't use the most. So Selesnya for Matt. Is it for Mariah?
What
Blue
is
red?
it?
Blue red?
Blue
What
red.
is it?
What is it?
Is it?
And
I hate that.
that's why we're doing it.
Yeah.
And then I'll do Azorius. It'll be
So funny.
so we have a month from now.
Okay. And are we going to keep it totally secret, or are we going to let each other know when we pick a commander, or?
I don't know why we would need to keep.
But it doesn't need to be secret.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not going to be a super good. I think this is more of just like forcing ourselves out of our comfort zone type
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, so it doesn't have to be. It's not going to be like none of us are getting a prize for this.
Are we doing
Probably.
commander?
Yeah, that's
Standard?
I mean, what would you guys do? I mean, I'm fine with either, but commander's kind of what we play. So
Commander then.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Vintage.
yeah. Let's do Legacy. Actually, well, I just talked about it. We're just gonna do limited. We're just gonna do Final Fantasy.
Just a draft between the three of us.
No, just sealed. We're just all gonna
I mean, that'd be pretty cool.
just from the set. That's all. Just build a commander deck from the set. But yeah, we have some interesting stuff going on. The podcast, the Casties is coming up, so there's 2 weeks left to vote in the Casties. Voting closes on the 13th of June, and then the Casties Award Show is on the 21st of June. And that's gonna be cool. We're gonna have a special guest announcer for one of the categories. I don't want to spoil it too much. There's some people who know, some people who don't. Yeah, so 13 categories. Is that 39 different nominees? Or not all different. Some people got nominated for 2 different categories. Love from the community has been great. It's been a really cool thing. We've already got over 100 vote ballots put in already. And it's only been open for 2 days at this point.
Damn.
I haven't checked today at all, actually, so it might be more than that now. But if you're listening to this and you haven't put your Casty ballot in, try to make it. I scheduled an event on the live you can register for. 113 ballots. Some really great, shout out to a lot of unfinished projects, shout out to Darkside Designs for making the physical awards for these. They are really cool. Darkside Designs is planning on debuting theirs very soon for the public to see. It's really cool. A lot of unfinished projects. Deck box he made is really cool also. Touch on, we're gonna do another giveaway soon. So we've got a really sweet dice bag coming, a custom set of dice coming. We have a really cool altar card to give away, a deck box built by JJ again coming for our 2,000 followers on TikTok giveaway and 500 on YouTube. That's our next giveaway. That's our next milestone. Really cool stuff. A lot of community stuff in this. Really hyped for. But yeah, those are some of the big things coming up for us in the podcast, I would say. Am I missing anything?
Oh, lot going on.
Yeah, we
Putting
got
in
a lot
the work.
going on. We got a lot going on.
Keep buying our merch.
Keep buying our merch. You guys ever eat baked beans straight out of a can?
No.
You want to go try?
Can I eat them out of your ass?
This episode of Attempt to Cast was brought to you by Calf EDH Productions. Theme song by Sunny Veneer. You can find Sunny Veneer on Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you get your music. Guitar interlude by Bard the Jeff on Instagram. As always, this and every episode of Attempt to Cast are made possible by viewers like you.